So stop me if you've heard this before. SEO is dead. Organic reach is a myth. And if you aren't spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on ads, you're going to be invisible. Now, let's be honest, there is a grain of truth there. In 2026, the pay-to-play model is more dominant than ever. If you want instant results, PPC isn't just an option, it's essential. But here's the trap. If your entire business, 100% of your traffic relies on PPC to get clicks, you don't own a business. You own a subscription to Google and Meta's profits. So in this week's video, I'm going to share with you the free sources of traffic that you can still, yes, in 2026, drive free traffic to your website using these methods. My name's Scott Redgate. I'm a digital marketing coach, and let's dive in. All right, so let's discuss the first free source of traffic, and that's organic search. So referral traffic from search engines like Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, and Yahoo. Yahoo. Now, don't roll your eyes. Yes, I know SEO isn't new, and I know that it can feel like a long, drawn-out technical slog, but it remains the foundation of your digital marketing efforts. And that's why I say you should start with SEO before you consider pumping money into advertising. But there's now a new player in town, and that's referral traffic from AI platforms like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity. So full disclosure, the amount of referral traffic, even if you're showing up at the top of these AI platforms, is going to be significantly less than if you were previously ranking number one organically. And there are a lot of gurus out there that are saying the methods that you should use to show up in the AI platforms is completely different than if you want to show up in the search engines. In reality, the core principles of SEO, being helpful to your audience, answering questions, creating great answers, are exactly what these AI platforms are looking for when they're citing businesses as sources. So if you're optimizing your website content for a human and trying to be helpful and concise, you're already 90% of the way there for optimizing for these AI platforms. Don't overcomplicate this. Write for the person who has a problem, and the AI robots will follow. All right, so let's talk about the next free source of traffic. If you're a local business, it's your Google business profile. In my opinion, this is probably one of your most undervalued assets. This is huge, and honestly, it's often neglected. I see so many businesses with half-baked profiles, stock images, outdated hours, not posting updates, and then those businesses are wondering why their phone isn't ringing. Local SEO isn't hard, but you have to be consistent. And consistency is a common theme that you'll hear throughout all these free sources of traffic. So it's not set it and forget it. One of the top things that you can do is to ask your customers for reviews, especially those satisfied customers. Make it a part of your process. Ask them in person, have automated text messages sent out. Reviews are so important to help you rank high in Google Maps and drive referral traffic to your website and even just plain phone calls. Make sure that every piece of information that you have in your profile is accurate down to the comma in your address. And if you're looking for ways to have consistency across all your profiles, make sure to watch this video right here. It's not just a map listing. It's a high-intent referral engine that Google gives you for $0. Do not, I will repeat, do not leave that money on the table for your competitors to grab. Now, let's talk about the third free source of traffic, and that's referral from forums, whether it be niche forums or even forums like Reddit or Quora. This is often an overlooked way to get traffic, and that's for one reason. Because the businesses that try to get traffic from these forums do one thing, they spam them. I do not recommend that in every single one of your responses, you're posting a link back to your website. In those situations, I don't want you to post a link at all. Everyone hates the person or business that drops a promotional link in a thread and then disappears. And a lot of time that's against the guidelines on that forum. So the link's probably going to get taken away anyway. Instead, you need to have a passive discovery. Set your username on that forum to your brand name, or make it clear that your username is associated with that brand. Consider having your logo as your icon, and then just go out and solve people's problems. When you provide the most thoughtful, detailed answer to a question that's in a thread, people get curious and they'll click on your profile and they'll want to learn more. This doesn't get results overnight, but it builds a level of trust that an advertisement can never buy. You aren't selling, you're actually providing proof that you're the expert. Speaking of building trust, let's talk about the fourth free source of traffic, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now, and that's video. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, and if you didn't know it, YouTube is actually owned by Google. If you aren't creating consistent content on video, you're missing out on a lot of referral traffic. And how do I know? Well, it's my number one source of traffic to my website. And let's clear something up. You don't need to have a Hollywood production. I mean, look at my setup right here. It's just a clean office and a decent mic with decent lighting. You don't need a $5,000 camera to be successful. Your phone is probably more than enough. The value is in the insight that you're providing, not just the editing. The same goes for platforms like TikTok, X, or LinkedIn. Social media can be another great source of traffic for your business. The key is not just posting useless content, it's sharing insights. Don't just tell people what to do. Show them how you can help solve their problems. Share the why behind your decisions. Start creating community, and that's what can help stop the scroll and turn that random user into a lifelong customer. Once you actually start to get people to your website, the clock starts ticking. If they leave after that first visit without you ever having the opportunity to contact them again, all that effort was wasted. And that's where email marketing can come in. And yes, some email service providers charge a lot of money, but when you're first getting started, there's a lot of options out there that are free and will serve you for months and months as you're first getting started. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when I started this YouTube channel in my business was not being consistent with my emails early on. I might send an email 1 week, but it might be 2 months before I reach out again. But I've learned from my mistakes because I've seen the power that consistent emails can give. The simplest path for you to start to create an email list is to have something called a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something of value that you're offering to your audience free of charge. So for me, I have a PPC cost-cutting cheat sheet and a 7-day online marketing jumpstart doc. These documents took a lot of time for me to create. I'd recommend taking some time and creating something extremely valuable for your audience as well. But once you have the document created or the video or whatever your lead magnet is, that's when you can start to mention that in the video content or the blog content that you're creating on your website. You provide the lead magnet for free in exchange for that user giving you their email address. Okay, so once you have that user's email address, as I said, you have to be consistent. You don't need to email them every hour, but set a cadence that you can stick to. So for me, that's weekly emails. Provide something of value every single week in their inbox, whether that's video content or maybe you wrote a really helpful article. So when they're finally ready to buy, you're not just an option, you're the next logical choice. Let's talk about another free source of traffic, and that's referral traffic from links that are posted on other websites out there on the internet that point to your website. For me, the way that I've done this is by creating helpful how-tos. I've created some data visualizations or just some helpful content on my website and videos, content that solves specific pain points in your industry. This type of content can naturally be picked up and cited as a source in other articles that other websites are writing. And if your content gets picked up, this does two things. It sends you direct referral traffic, and it actually helps improve your website's domain authority. So the first free source of traffic that we talked about, which was organic search traffic, that can actually improve as a result as well. So there's two benefits with this one. But to get it, again, consistency. You have to be consistent with creating helpful content. And while we're talking about other websites, let's talk about an oldie, but can sometimes be a goodie, as long as you don't abuse it. And that's guest posting. So that's creating connections. Maybe you go to a trade show, or maybe you go to a conference and you make a connection, and you ask that connection if you can write an article and they post it on their website. Now, in the early days of SEO, this was a strategy just to acquire backlinks. But as we talked about with the strategy that you can use in forums, if you have the opportunity to have that featured on someone else's website, they're going to get curious and they're going to look you up. So it can be another great source of referral traffic for you, even if you don't post a direct backlink in it. I love this because it's a transfer of authority. If that user already trusts that website that they're on, that now your article is featured on, that trust is actually going to flow directly to your business now. So in summary, getting free traffic isn't just a single silver bullet. Unfortunately, there's no magic button. It's going to take work and consistency. It's about being helpful across multiple channels and staying consistent over months, not just days or hours. And I've screwed up myself by trying to do way too many things at once. And so my challenge to you after watching this video, pick 2 of these methods. Maybe it's YouTube and SEO, or maybe it's Reddit and email. Nail those 2 until they're a habit, and then move on to the next. Well, friends, I hope that this video was helpful for you. And let me know for your business, what is the main source of free traffic that you're getting to your website? Let me know what methods that I missed so that we can all learn together. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time.